Apple Computer debuted the Macintosh on January 24th with a tagline, "You'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984." So for today's video, we will focus on Apple items that had the most cultural impact during and after their release. These following Apple breakthroughs will demonstrate that thinking outside the box pays off. Welcome to the amazing channel, and together let's count down the most outstanding Apple products ever made. First on our list is the iPhone. In 2007, when the BlackBerry seemed to be the only smartphone game in town, Apple sent out a confident young upstart to challenge the status quo. And those infamous Apple Store lines began with the introduction of the first generation iPhone, which could bind a cell phone, an MP3 player, and primarily a computer with Apple's interface that enables multi-touch technology, and bundled it all into a handheld pocket-friendly package. However, its camera was pretty mediocre, and it couldn't copy-paste text. The App Store was created around a year after the original iPhone was released, expanding the phone's capabilities significantly. It's no surprise it's the best-selling phone around the globe. Next, the iMac. The 1998 release of the iMac was perhaps the defining moment of Steve Jobs' return to Apple. Not only because of the colors, which made them look very cool and ahead of their time, but he proves that iMac isn't all about slick looks. The original iMac, designed by renowned Apple designer Johnny Ive, ditched beige plastic as the desktop standard and replaced the floppy disk drive with a tiny device known as the USB. As a result, Apple's flagging sales were resurrected, and the product remains famous as a home computer model. It was also the first Apple product to have the AI prefix in its name. Then we have the MacBook. The MacBook family grew to include devices like the Pro and the Air, but the plain old MacBook was the best-selling Macintosh ever from 2006 until 2011. It was developed as a combination of the PowerBook and the iBook. It essentially contributed to making the desktop obsolete. It was found at the low end of the pricing spectrum compared to other Apple laptops. The classic white model became perhaps the most known version and compared favorably in terms of speed and performance to the higher-end Pro packs from day one, despite being sold in black and white and going through multiple design revisions before being discontinued. Following is the MacBook Air. What exactly is a MacBook Air? In a sentence, it is the world's thinnest notebook. Although it lacks the performance of the high-end MacBook Pro, this entry in the MacBook family has become Apple's best-selling computer. Why? It's light and forceful, to be sure. It's incredible to have a computer this light and thin, with a full-size screen and keyboard, as well as Apple's distinctive OS aboard, and the ambient light sensor isn't terrible either. The Air, which replaced the original white MacBook when it was decommissioned in 2011 and fitted halfway between a smartphone and a standard laptop, lacks crucial functionality such as an optical drive, but more than makes up for it with the features it does offer. Up next is macOS X. It was first released in 2001. And Apple has continued to update it ever since. Apple's previous operating system, macOS, which had been in use since 1984, was replaced with macOS X. While Microsoft's Windows is still the most popular operating system, macOS X has consistently garnered high reviews. Apple devices are designed to function together in terms of simplicity, style, speed, and features, such as iChat, highlights, searches, and others. Its development has been genuinely astounding throughout time. Only time will tell what the next iteration will be capable of. The iPad is next on our list. Initially lambasted by some as being overhyped, useless, and just a big iPhone, the iPad demonstrated its critics wrong. The initial 9.7-inch screen iPad was a hybrid between the iPod Touch and the MacBook, and it could do almost everything you'd ever want it to do. Take photos and record videos? Sure. Play games and listen to music? Certainly. This was introduced in 2010 as proof that Apple and Steve Jobs were not yet done innovating. Since its introduction, almost 200 million iPads have been sold. With new features like the Air and the Mini on the way, even more new niches will be filled. Then we have the Apple II. Although it was Apple's second main series of computers in the late 1970s when it first debuted in 1977, it was also one of the first highly effective home computers. This product, primarily conceived by Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, fit into his idea of a compact, reliable, convenient to use, and inexpensive personal computer that users could simply buy, plug in, and use. 8-bit graphics with color capability stored initially on audio cassette tapes. The release of the VisiCalc spreadsheet program in 1979 boosted Apple II sales, making it especially popular among entrepreneurs and establishing it as a genuine work tool. The Apple II has proven to be a durable and dependable computer with a strong fan base. Second to last on our list is iTunes. You may think of iTunes as a way to store and buy music and back up your iPhone, and it certainly accomplishes that. But it's also possible that iTunes was the product that first exposed you to Apple and demonstrated that their products weren't as awful as you imagined. iTunes, which debuted in 2001, just months before the release of the first iPod, was crucial not just in luring PC customers to the Mac platform, but it also revolutionized the way people consume music by digitally selling entire albums and individual tracks. Indeed, iTunes is a vital branch of the Apple tree. And last, we have the iPod. The iPod has evolved throughout the years, but even the original version impacted how people listen to music. The iPod was introduced in 2001, right around the time that MP3 players, digital music, and, gasp, illegal file sharing were making their impression, and it quickly displaced portable CD players, CDs, and even stereos. The iPod provided the iTunes Music Store with a purpose. It took digital music even farther with a wheel that let you quickly shuffle through your songs and playlists and a set of trademark white headphones. It also proved that Apple was capable of far more than just computers. Do you agree with the items on our list? What do you consider Apple's most noteworthy innovation? I'm curious, so please let me know in the comments section below. And to know more about all the new technological and mechanical breakthroughs being released every day, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And see you next time. Bye!